Hey guys, MD Prepper here. Another review called Steel Fixed Blades. This one on what I'd say is the ultimate overall all-around style fixed blade small bushcraft knife from Cold Steel. This one is the Pendleton Lite Hunter. This thing has won some awards and all that type of thing for a low-cost, cheap, usable blade. I would say this one meets just about all your standard purposes for a little small fixed blade knife for the woods and all of that. The Pendleton Lite Hunter is one of 4 that Cold Steel makes from Lloyd Pendleton. This is the lowest end one. It's going to run you a little bit more than your standard of the fixed blades, the fin bear and the roach belly. It's going to be $1, maybe $2 more overall. So it's definitely not going to break the bank, anything like that. But you get what you pay for. So a little bit better blade. The higher grades of them, this one of course comes with polypropylene grips. I think the next one up comes with a little higher grade steel and Kraton grips, and it just goes up from there. Again, depends on your price market and all of that, but for low cost, this thing is going to get the job done overall. Again, Krupp steel, stainless, hollow ground. It's going to sharpen easily, retains an edge quite well. This thing can be used for batoning quite easily. Not quite as good as the fin bear in my opinion. And again, with the swept belly here, can be used for slicing and chopping. And again, in my opinion, not as good as the roach belly, but for a good middle ground on both of those, this one gets the job done. I'd say this is a fantastic competitor to the Mora overall. Again, the blade here is, if I remember correctly, 3 5/8 inches long. So this is ever so slightly the shortest of the blades overall. Most of them are 4 to 4.5, but there's not a tremendous difference. Polypropylene grips. This one just has just your standard texturing on the wood grain or the ribbing, that sort of thing. If you can see that there. Has Lanyard Hole, which I always think is great. And a little bit squared off. It's not rounded necessarily. It is rounded, but not as much as the roach belly. So gives a good purchase in your hand overall. And you got this little notch there on both sides of the blade, which is good for your thumb and your hand when you're holding this thing sturdy for woodworking, feathering sticks, that type thing. This thing is not going to slip from your hand. Now the one thing this does have that the other ones do not, it does have a little bit of a finger guard there. If you can see that right there, unlike the other ones that have no effective finger guard. Even though the roach belly, like we said before, with the blade shape, is going to give you an effective hand guard right there. This thing does not have any jimping on the back side, which doesn't bother me a bit, because when I'm holding this blade and using it, I'm holding it just like this. I'm going to be working with it, putting some hard work on it, batoning, that sort of stuff. Obviously, there's the Pendleton Lite Hunter emblem there on that side. This thing is tremendously useful. Field and Stream gave it one of its highest approvals last year in 2010 for general purpose, indestructibility, and field use. Works incredibly well. Again, the Lanyard Hole is a major plus in my mind. Again, just like the rest of all these blades in the low-cost options, it's about a half tang. Magnet shows it comes to about there, which, like I said before, is not a major hit against it. The Mora knives are all about half tang. Again, well-made blade that cuts down on the cost, etc. Not sure if the higher end ones are full tang or not. I would expect they are. I just don't have those yet, so I haven't done my homework on them particularly. Good looking blade, handles real well. Can be used for thrusting, can be used for cleaning game, woodwork, etc. Fantastic overall general purpose blade. Sheath, again, nothing impressive, just your standard Cordura, very durable, gets the job done. Belt loop on the back, obviously can be used as a neck knife to easily convert with some paracord or a leather thong, something like that. But I'd probably carry this as a belt knife personally. Fits in here real well. Not as well as the highly ribbed fin bear, but better than the other two. This thing's not going to come out real easily. Again, it's not as impossible to get out as your fin bear, something like that, but does the job real well overall in my opinion. No problems there. Good little blade for the money. Again, compared to the rest of your fixed blade series from Cold Steel, This one is going to run you $2, $3 more. Not tremendously expensive by any means. It's about 2.7 ounces overall. Very nice. And like I said before, it's 3 5/8 inch long blade. This is 8.5 inch overall, just like the rest of this fixed blade series from Cold Steel. Again, at the end, to summarize all of these, I like them all. It just depends on who you are and what you're looking for. I think I would probably carry the Fen Bear for woodwork if I was just working on wood in the woods. If I was in my kitchen, the Roach Belly, hands down, without a doubt. I think the Canadian belt knife is somewhere in the range of the Roach Belly. But for general purposes, don't know what you're going to get into out there in the woods, this is a fine blade. I would carry this just as quickly as I would a Mora, as much as I love my Moras. Again, this is a hollow ground, not Scandi. We can sit here and debate that all day long. This will do the job just fine. Scandi may do the woodwork a little bit better, but this is going to do the processing and all of that for game better overall than a Scandi grind blade. Again, for about $2 more than your standard fixed blade Cold Steel knives, tremendous blade. Not going to break the bank, $13, $14 a piece, 15 tops. A must-have pickup to play around with, guys. Highly recommend it. MD Prepper out.